Well, here we are, Luke Thomas, Brian Campbell. We're back in Las Vegas. We both have bed bugs.
Your view is tremendous.
Let me ask you, what's the most interesting part about this view? The heavy equipment outside that they use for construction projects, or perhaps
Like, you know, I think outside your window
maybe?
is the unofficial employee smoke break area. That's what it looks. It looks like they're like sex tricks behind that dumpster, and then they might throw dice over behind that.
Yeah. That's where people you get the old shank back there.
But I will say this room is probably better than the one you originally had when you turned into a bitch because apparently it smelled like vagine. And I mean, it's like,
dude, I walked into the room, and I mean, I've stayed at Vegas hotels for the last fucking 20 years of my life,
including Circus that one,
including Circus. I can't even explain to you how bad it smelled. It was as if like someone hadn't cleaned it in maybe 60 or 90 days.
Is it like I walked by a homeless person that bad? Because that's a bad smell. It's a really bad smell.
Yeah, imagine someone Febrezed a homeless person.
Oh wow!
Like how would that smell? You'd be like, well, there's a little bit of Febreze in there, but that's really not what's dominating the nostrils. So I was like, at that point, I was like, oh my god! And then we had gone to the wrong hotel. It was a whole thing.
Yeah, we had an adventure.
Anyway, so we ended up in the room, and then I was like, dude, it was giving me a headache. I couldn't, and I was like, I can't unpack my clothes. Like the secondhand, butt smell was going to be overwhelming. So I went down there, and they were like, well, we don't have anything with the king bed. I'm like, lady, I just don't want to inhale the asbestos ass smell that is in my room presently. I just want, and they put me, I've never been in this part of the
casino. This is like
this is perfect for me.
This is it like if you had to tell us how to get to your room without you guiding us, you would have to give old school written directions that were like, take a turn but don't go all the way, but then when you see that flash of light down the hall, go there. I mean, it's like I used to,
dude, there's nobody here.
This is like rear way back where they used to leave like the brooms in the closet.
Yeah, this feels like where employees would stay during quarantine or something.
So we're at the MGM Grand. We haven't set it up, but I think you already know it's Zoo Fundora Fight Week.
Yeah.
PBC on Prime, T-Mobile Arena, Saturday. We did Radio Row today. I hope you checked it out on the Luke Thomas YouTube channel. I guess you're watching this on there as well. But today was fun.
It was fun.
Maybe our MMA fans won't love it as much, but you know what? F them. We need them, Luke. We don't need them. Well, maybe
we do need them.
Yeah, we need you guys. So that's fine. Yeah, come back. All right, Luke. Did you prep for this old school RSD? Meaning it's not the 2.0 where we do scheduled great sit-down interviews on a studio that no longer exists. Would you say that you pre-gamed for this sit-down right now?
Yeah, a little bit. I've got a little bit of funny in my tummy, if that makes any sense.
Oh, wow, I think you just had a spasm right there of joy.
So
wow.
Sore.
Yeah, but every time joy is followed with pain. That's the
Hey,
Luke Thomas
you know what's
story,
interesting?
You know?
I got these for you. I wanted to see if you wanted to try them. These are in the gift shop down there. They sell Doritos.
Oh, that's a $35 purchase. There's no question.
15. It's Doritos from Japan, and this one is beef taco flavored. And I have to tell you, it does taste like beef taco, but like beef taco that's like, if you just smelled it for a second, you'd be like, is that dog food?
Oh yeah. Oh wow! All right, yeah, this is great.
In other words, British food.
Do you think we could have a whole spin-off series of just eating gas station food?
Easily.
Wwhat have we not done that already? Gas station diaries?
Other people have tried it. Snacks at the Round Table. They've tried it.
Because
what does it taste like? It tastes like sweet ground beef taco.
It tastes like if you were gonna make tacos for your kids and you went to your grocery store and you got like the generic, like what's that?
Generic taco. Yeah.
What's that? What's the most generic food brand? The one that's in Walmart. You know the one I'm talking about.
The one that's in your belly.
Yeah, it's that one.
No, wait, the one from Costco? What's the Costco
one?
I
F with Costco.
Kirkland's, yeah.
Kirkland's.
Yeah, look at this suburban motherfucker. I know all the brands that you have to...
To reset, Othello is currently drinking a tourist trap margarita, right?
This piece of shit. Let me tell you.
Oh, I think it's a good guy and stuff.
This piece of shit. We're late to go get to the... Not late, but we had very little wiggle room because of just some unfortunate circumstances. We've passed by you when you land because we were trying to go find food in the terminal.
This is in Dulles
because we ran to BC at Dulles and we were like, BC, do you want any food? He's like, no. So me and him went to go. we had not much time to get food and get back. And I even said to him, hey, you go to this taco place, I'll go to like the
And you get real nervous when it's like flight time.
I hate that
You're
shit.
like, you're like, BC, we got to get in line now.
Yes,
and I'm like, dude,
yeah,
it's like 30 minutes away. Like,
no, I'm not, I don't play games with that shit. So I was like, I'll go to Hudson News, tell me what you want, and then we'll just meet in the middle. And we finished that in 6 minutes. I mean, brilliant, right? Brilliant. And then he's like, I gotta wait for my margarita. I'm like, it's 9 a.m. What the fuck are you doing?
And he's still drinking it now, and it's like 9 p.m.
He's nursing another one back there.
All right.
I wanted to fuck. Anyway, so then they took forever. What was the problem? Why did they take so long to process your margarita?
The guy charged me for it, and then I had to go to the bar to get it.
Oh, she wanted to charge you double?
They didn't charge me.
Yeah, Vegas will do it. Vegas will bang you in the front side and the back side. They're actually into
God,
that.
dude, it's so expensive.
That's
dude.
interesting that you sort of subconsciously keep from your military days this, in some ways, this like extreme commitment to time and process and order. It's like some things from your military days you gave up, like paying for sex, you know, would be one of them. But like this is just ingrained in you. It's funny, you know.
Yeah, I can't. People are always like, "Why do you stand up when the flight lands?" You know, when they ding.
Dude, you stood up. Right, that's the first time we've ever been on the same flight, I think.
I stood up right away.
You stood up. You were that asshole that like instantly, like there's something, like there's a shooter in your ass.
Okay,
you know?
I'm 6'4" and I'm 275 pounds.
Yeah, you
Okay.
look uncomfortable. I mean, I can't talk because you took a picture of me when it looks like I was.
And you were just,
you know. I mean, that was insensitive to say the least.
It's literally not. It's not comfortable for me to sit in those flights. It is 5 hours of just being crammed in there.
Is that because you're a power lifter?
No, it's just because I'm just a large human. And so why am I standing up? To relieve the pressure of having been stuffed in that fucking shoebox of a seat. That's why I'm fucking standing. If you're 5'9" and you stand up, you're a bitch in a number of ways.
Dude,
you know what I'm saying?
The people that are short in this world, they get to sit like this in the airplane chair because they can like lounge down and get to like the perfect position. Dude, the thing is right here if you're tall.
Do you want to know what a
know?
fucking ape I am? This is what a fucking ape I am.
Yeah.
I was trying to do. I'm at the gym a lot more these days. I was trying to do single arm pull downs, right?
Front yard gym or real gym?
Real gym. Single arm pull downs, okay? So it's just one single handle hanging there. There's no bar you're grabbing. I reach up for the motherfucking handle, and I've tried this on different handles because they all have different handle height. I'm so fucking tall that like the way to get any kind of lift is you have to stretch the muscle and then go and contract it. That's the whole process.
Yeah.
I can't. My arm won't straighten. Like at the top position, I can just grab the top of the fucking ball that stops the whole handle. So like by the handle position, I got this much range of motion on this shit. And I had to explain that to the guy who programmed it. He's like, so you're telling me you're so tall you can sit down and grab the handle and your arm isn't fully extended? I'm like, fully extended? Bitch, my arm's at 90 degrees. What are you talking about?
What's wrong with you?
What do you want me to say? Like,
just reach up.
You guys, the normal people who have normal body sizes and like normal experiences, they're always like, sure, let's all ride my Mazda Miata. Your Mazda Miata is motherfucking small, bitch.
Oh, wow.
I don't want to ride in it.
You and Shaquille O'Neal should go in on a big and tall together, you know?
I'm just saying, why do I stand up? Because it's fucking uncomfortable. It's been uncomfortable for 5 hours. This is my chance at relief. That's why I stand. So fuck you. Hey, you know who the dumbest motherfuckers on the planet are?
MMA fans.
That's an acceptable response. That wasn't the one I was going with.
I'm in boxing. Glass houses, brother.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Dude, can I tell you how much this is the same question, how much it is blowing my fucking mind? Brian Campbell, please back me up. Tell the audience the truth. We were out of high school. I was in college when the Phantom Menace came out.
Oh, yeah. 97.
No. Because I graduated in 98, so it had to be 99, I think.
Really?
Othello, when did the Phantom Menace come out?
Maybe it was winter of 99. No, it was college. It's 97 or 98 for the Phantom Menace. That movie sucks, dude.
Okay. 99, I was right.
Shit, what month?
What difference does that make? May. So, second quarter. All right. Brian, when that movie came out, tell the audience the truth. Was it not mercilessly mocked as an absolute shit pile?
I understand there's this nostalgic turnaround of people like loving it, or even to the degree of going, it's so bad I love it because of that.
Fine, I'm okay with that.
Which is fine, dude. That was a phenomenal disappointment. If you were a Star Wars nerd, I was the biggest Star Wars fan between the ages of like 3 and 8 that there ever was. I mean, not nerd level where I'm going to read the books. No, I'm not reading the books. Sorry, I'm not doing that.
You can say that about any book.
And
it's not just. Hold on, let's just back up. It's not just the Star Wars books you ain't reading.
But like, it was such a letdown that's why I'm not embarrassed to say that when I saw Episode 7 in the theater on opening night with cousin Mike Campbell, what's up, man? And then we in that sequence,
The Force Awakens.
Yes,
Yeah.
and even though I don't look at that as a classic now, but it was what we needed because of the damn Phantom Menace, because of Jar Jar Binks.
They wanted a safe reboot, do it the right way, which is that movie. That movie is not spectacular, but it didn't have any of the problems of the prequels. But hold on. Pilloried on Twitter, ratioed multiple times.
Just the acting alone is cringe.
Dude, Jar Jar Binks as a thing that I have to tolerate on screen. First, the movie's also too long.
What do you think about Watto?
Dude, there's Qui-Gon Jinn. Dude, Qui-Gon Jinn is a fucking...
No, Qui-Gon's legit, yo.
Qui-Gon is
he has a particular set of skills.
Dude,
come on.
Qui-Gon is a duplicitous moron.
No.
He's a duplicitous moron.
If you read between the lines like I did, Qui-Gon banged Anakin's mom. There's no question about that.
Obi-Wan Kenobi, I think, is...
Dude, he stayed over that night. Like, there's no question. I'm serious.
Obi-Wan Kenobi, I feel, is like one of the few characters they've been able to do well in a lot of different ways.
Yes.
But obviously, that's not Qui-Gon Jinn's role no matter what. Dude, Qui-Gon Jinn is such a duplicitous fucking idiot. Hold on. Let me just say this.
The rest of that movie blows.
I got ratioed multiple times by people being like, dude, that movie's good. What are you talking about? Let me just be as clear as I possibly can. If you think that movie is good, your parents do not love you.
Okay, wow.
They do not love you.
All right.
Because you are a failure. And disappointing.
You could have just called them filthy or weird.
Dude, it's not... Listen, there's one exception to that, which are normal people who are just trapped in Star Wars fandom, and they can't see the forest for the trees.
But...
Fine, and I'll forgive like people who are they just love Star Wars,
right,
and they're otherwise quite lovely.
It's like
people.
a super fan of any band. They'll pick out like what we would think is the shittiest band of the shittiest record of that band's. They're like, no, that's actually the best one.
But it's like
people who say Documentary Number 3 is the best. Those same people.
I don't even know which one that is. I just want to say the rest.
Me in a shopping cart.
Dude, that movie is so bad in so many different ways. It doesn't even have a protagonist.
Okay, now we have to say something good about it because this is true. I think there's 3 good things to say about it. One is Qui-Gon Jinn. He doesn't suck.
Qui-Gon Jinn is an idiot.
He knew Yoda.
Absolute
he knew
idiot.
Yoda didn't know all his shit.
He makes
he
so
knew
many.
That,
his bet with Watto.
So that's one. Hold on.
Total.
Number 2 reason why it's redeemable in some form. The best villain in Star Wars history.
Darth Vader is the best villain in Star Wars.
Darth Maul would have been if he had a career.
Okay, this is another problem with the fucking movie.
Rules,
this is another problem with the fucking movie.
But number 3,
Darth Maul is cool as shit. That was one of the best things about that
and they're
whole
like,
movie.
you're done.
And then
Spoiler
they fucking
alert.
got rid of him in the first.
But number 3 is the strongest point. The fight scene at the end between when Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan fight Darth Maul it's awesome and it holds up.
It's fine.
That shit holds up.
It's
Do you know
fine.
what doesn't hold up? Yoda fighting against Count Dooku. That was some bullshit. And everyone in the theater in Waterbury, Connecticut were cheering. Dude, Yoda's this big. He's not doing that shit against Dooku. Dooku might have a... Do you think Dooku's horn is shaped like his odd-shaped...
He's got the hook. Captain Hook.
Yeah. Do you think he has his own app?
I'm just telling you.
Like power slap.
I just want to wrap up with this. I'll just wrap up with this. It blows my mind to have lived through watching this movie get, demolished. Not just by critics, everybody.
Bad acting.
It was well known in 1999 that movie was a shit pile.
Imagine if you were those people that literally camped out for like 3 weeks ahead of time to watch the premiere.
Yes.
Like that was the thing.
The only conversations about the prequels in 1999, or at least the first one anyway, was how fucking horrendous it was. And then motherfuckers in 2024 are trying to tell me, no, actually it's good. No, it's not.
The second one sucks too. It's worse. The second one's actually worse. I think the second one's the worst.
You can make an argument the second one is worse. Yes.
Some redeeming fight moments in that one. What do you think about the third one? Because some people are like, "Yo, it's like the third best." I just think it's the best of the worst. There are some obviously great scenes. The end, the whole second half there with I mean, dude, he had the higher ground on that bitch Anakin, right?
So the third one has tons of problems.
Yeah, with that fight scene at the end at what's the Mustafar system?
The one where he left Anakin on the side of the lava highway.
Yeah, I mean that was a victory for our guy, right?
But this is what I mean. It's like, dude, Darth Vader got how much life because in the end, Obi-Wan cut him up and then left him there. It's like we couldn't chop Darth Maul's hand off and then have him come back.
Yeah, and like
what happened? This fucking guy rules. Let's kill him off.
Is it better that Darth Maul came and went like Bo Jackson, so we never got to see his faults, Kurt Cobain style? Because what if we had found out a prequel on him that he was a bitch like Anakin was in the early days, like the first two?
I know, dude. That's the other part too. The prequels made, dude. Darth Vader was the coolest motherfucker.
Yeah. They're like, just so you know, he grew up a bitch.
Yeah, and then you see the prequels, you're like, dude, this guy is a hoe. What the fuck? This guy sucks.
Yo, his dialogue to Padme in the second one, when they're like flirting in like that nice area and they're gonna bang.
Dude, the
like,
passion, the swamp of that relationship.
That's like 8th grade's like
when they were
town theater.
When they were rolling down the hill and shit.
I mean, George Lucas, what are you doing? And then to find out after reading Dune and watching the two movies, Luke, that he stole so much from Paul. What's the guy's name that wrote the Dune book? Herbert. He stole everything from him.
I still have not seen Dune 2.
Dude, what the hell?
I know.
Othello, have you seen it? Dude, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Our kids are toddlers. Like, did you take your kids to see Dune?
Yes.
Yeah, I can't take Tukey to go see Dune, bro. It ain't happening.
And they did not have a say in the debate over whether going to IMAX, but you get shitty seats, not comfortable, but you get the IMAX experience, or get the comfortable seats with the Dolby Surround, which we picked, and it was the smart move in the long run.
Always good with that. Dude, people are like, did you see it in IMAX? I'm like...
Yeah, why did they do that? Why did they handcuff us? If you love IMAX, you got to sit in the shitty seats.
Yeah, I'm not saying IMAX is not cool. I'm just saying I'm at a stage in my life where, like, again, the comfortability of the experience is a premium to me. Like, it matters.
And I'd premium higher. Here's what I would do. I would pay upwards of $30 if they combined all the experiences. So you're in the IMAX with the lay-down bed chairs that were now, once you get them, you can never go back. You got to admit that. And you get the Dolby Surround atmosphere and the shit shakes on you. And you get 3D glasses because it's in 3D, and there's like, you ever go to like that, when you go to Disney World and they have that ride where it's like an indoor, you're watching a movie, but there's like all the effects, you can feel them,
So like the vehicle itself is moving?
No, you're just sitting in a theater, but like whenever things happen to make it feel, there's like hot air coming in or whatever. Yeah. I want all of that for $30. I'd pay for that.
Yeah, I'd do that too.
What about if Bob Kraft opened the theater where at the end of the movie, right at the climaxing scene,
just a rub and touch.
Yeah, it's just it's like organs of combat.
Dude, I love BC. Here's BC with a business plan. Guys, investors, potential investors. Here's my idea. What if movie theaters, but with hand jobs? Huh? Who's in?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying people wouldn't go.
We can call it happy finales. What do you think about that? That's a business plan.
Oh, that's a good one. Anyway, dude. Yeah, that was a weird one.
How would you describe Las Vegas this week? Because most of the time, this city sucks, right? I mean, like, they have cool events and shit. But,
I mean, I don't know. Las Vegas is... Every time I come here, I'm like, ugh.
Like, why does Okamoto live here,
I don't go on the Strip. I know, like, I don't. Yeah, no, this not for me. Dude, we were talking about the like every major city in America. Okay, so for example, this is what we were talking about. So, Othello, you might agree with this. The homeless / like kind of living on the street drug community in every city. The ones in New York and like Philly and DC, they're more or less, they don't look too different. But like, for example, we went to like Hollywood for something for like the actual Hollywood area.
For Jake Paul.
For a Jake Paul thing. And like, dude, the homeless were noticeably younger than they are in DC. Like,
they were like teenagers, yeah.
And then we were in Arizona, and then it's not just the homeless, it's all people, just street folks. they all looked like they were covered in ash. I'm not even doing a bit. They looked like they were covered in ash.
They look like extras in Mad Max Beyond Thunder.
There was a guy last night who kind of followed us. Like this white guy had like weird. He had like a wife beater on.
Yeah, you made us fake like we had to pull over. Walking.
Yeah, well, he crossed the street behind me. It's pitch black at night. He crossed the street behind me and then started running. And I was like, okay, I'm too old for this shit.
I just want you to know, though, I never took a back step.
I didn't take a back step. I let him just keep on going while he was, oh, by the way, talking out loud. What? I was like, let him go.
I would have slipped the craziness and pounded with a right hand, all right?
No, that dude would have had methamphetamine strength. He looked like he was, wired a little bit. Anyway, every city, like, except for, like, just the Mid-Atlantic, Northeast, everyone there kind of looks the same, but everywhere else, man,
when are you going to get out of the DMV already?
Why the fuck should I?
You love that city. They were so impolite in terms of from a service worker standpoint.
You know what's funny? So you know what's funny? So we did MK, or we did all the MK prep stuff last week, and dude, the new train station in New York is so nice. Yes. Like Penn Station, I've said this before. I saw a homeless guy shaving his pubic hair.
Dude.
in the sink.
Did you ever get drunk downstairs at Penn Station?
Oh, yeah.
Down in that, like, food court area? Dude, it's like...
Dude, I used to live down there when I was...
It's kind of like... remember in Total Recall when they had that place on Mars? And it was, like, crazy, and there was the third boob in the bar, in the brothel? Mm-hmm. It felt like you were, like, in the midst of that town, didn't it?
What?
I think I just nailed it.
I don't even. You mean was it like being on Mars or fictional?
It was like being on fictional third boob Total Recall Mars. It was like dystopia, right?
It was a little weird. What the fuck were we talking about? You derailed me with the
you and the DMV. It's time to go.
No, it's not. I mean,
it's not a sustainable lifestyle.
There's places where I would live, but I can't because of MK. So
okay, if you had to go. DC suburbs rather than DC proper.
Yeah.
Would you go to Maryland, Virginia, or what's the deal?
I'd go to Virginia.
You go to Fredericksburg.
The number of like very good universities that you could get in-state tuition, which is still horrendous, but like, I'd go there.
Now, when you've done time in Virginia, did you find that Virginia actually is for lovers?
Dude, Virginia, Othello loves it. He's like, dude, can I just sit in my car all day and never walk to a place?
Dude, Bruce Hornsby loves it too, right?
And, just eat at chains and gas stations all day. Because the suburbs if that's what you love, the suburbs are for you, buddy. I mean, I'm obviously being completely unfair, but...
Mandolin Rain.
Mandolin Rain gets busy. Mandolin Rain gets busy.
I have the first two Bruce Hornsby and The Range records.
Not a person alive cares.
I bought each one for $1, and they're pretty awesome.
Not a person alive could care.
Yo, I like 80s Winwood more than I like Hornsby, but I respect him, all right?
Yeah. Dude, what...
You don't like anything.
Are we going to talk about what you did to pass the time during our downtime?
I mean,
I think this is
okay. Let's be clairvoyant here. Let's be.
That's not using that word.
I mean, you did put out a call to the people to show me some love. You did frame it as if I was like, the subject of the Third Eye Blind song "Jumper." You know what I mean?
It didn't come across to me as strong until I watched it afterwards.
Because you were like, if you guys only knew what this guy was doing with his free time. It's like you were like Macho Man Savage for a second.
I was a Macho Man Savage, but I was. It's just, it's. Well, it's great actually in certain ways. It's just
what I've been doing is blue collar.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, lots of people do it too.
I had once. Our empire kind of went downhill for a little bit, and suddenly we were at home. I mean, we were at home for like 4 months, but we were really at home, and it's winter too. And dude, I always struggle with winter seasonal depression, like 100%, especially on heavy snow winters. And this wasn't that heavy, but it was the first like real winter we had in a while. Whatever, get over it. But I started door dashing to like put a little money in my pocket. And I also looked at it as like a challenge. Like it's so ridiculous in terms of like at the surface, but then I'm like, some elements of it, like the driving, the competitive almost speed element of it, where it's like, it's almost like a video game playing that thing. It's kind of weird.
I don't think it's like that.
No, it is. It's intense in its own way, and it's interesting.
I believe that.
And it doesn't really pay all that well, although sometimes you have a good couple hours.
I just want to say this. I want to be clear. I think there's actually a bunch of good things about it. Like your work, you're doing something constructive.
I needed the distraction.
Right.
I needed it.
You're making a little bit of cash.
Yeah.
A little bit of cash, right? A little bit of cash. Nothing. Fine. The work's totally fine. And this is why I probably went a little too far, but this is why I was saying it the way I was saying it was because I also believe, it has been stressful times, and what I was worried about was like to what extent it was just a stress coping mechanism.
Oh yeah, well, I mean
that's the only part I had.
You're right, because it certainly wasn't a
the other parts are. I mean, the other parts are fun. They're fine. I don't care. This is the part that I was.
It was just it was just hard work and distraction, and it was good side money in terms of how it adds up, but it's not going to make you rich.
I just want you to know, if I lived in your neighborhood, I would stiff you every time.
But
$0.
It's weird, dude. It's so weird.
0 cents.
It attacks so many of the things that I have like natural anxiety against. Like no one wants to go talk to people. No one wants to and like the pressure too of like. I mean, you get when it beeps, you get like a minute to decide if you're going to take the order or not. And there's a lot of things that you got to figure out in your head and do the calculation. So it's almost like there's like this rush. There's a lot of built-in like rush. That's why I only do it for 3 hours max at a time, because I go all in, and then it like mentally wears you out.
I hope the donks order something.
But it's fun. And here's the thing: I actually accepted it mostly because I didn't want to talk to anybody. Yet it's the little interactions that do happen that are some of the best parts of the job, like when you interact with the people at the restaurants when you're picking up or whatever.
Yeah.
Customers, I prefer not to interact with, but.
So wait, are you walking into restaurants? Hey, everybody! Like Michigan J. Frog.
Yeah. You get to know people after a while.
Doing bits and
I feel like it connects me with my community in like an interesting, cool way.
In a way, it does. Yeah.
I do. I mean, it's not like life-saving work, but like I imagine when I'm at CVS picking up 6 items, I always imagine there's an old lady on the other end who can't get out, and I'm like,
you're a hero,
and I hope she gets good too.
That's the real lesson here. You're the hero.
I'm the hero of this story. There's no question. But with that said, every person, including you, that I told, their first reaction was like, "What the hell happened to you? What's wrong with you?" And you know what? I probably never would have done it if my wife didn't set me up and trap me the way she did. She was like, I think I got this idea. She's like, I'm sick of having you at home and you're just like thinking about work and you're stressing out. And you love to drive. Why don't you DoorDash? And I was like, what's wrong with you? What do I look like, But then I was like, wait, who am I? I'm from a factory town. And then I'm like, that is kind of interesting. And then I went after it. But, I took some chances I didn't need to, delivering in locations with no tip that I shouldn't have been. But, you learn the ropes. The first night, I'm like buying 1 beer and delivering it to a guy falling over in a Hartford motel. I mean, you got to get out there and get a feel for it.
That is there
I had to scan his ID though, so
Did you ever go to you've been to anybody's house who's like crazy rich or something like that?
Yeah, I've seen. Yeah, there's
some nice property.
There's interesting peeks into people's lives, although I'm
anybody just show up, dick and balls. Just
no. I mean, it's
like a men's locker room.
I mean, I know people that do it like 8-10 hours at a block or whatever.
Dude,
like I don't know how you could.
That's a grind.
It's mentally draining. It is. But it's It's interesting. I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever do it long term if the money ever comes back. But I think it's something that I kind of like that you can just do whenever you just want to. I don't know. I like putting on good tunes, rolling down the windows and driving on nice days. And it's like if I can do that and also bring a pizza 3 miles and get paid like $14, I'm like, yeah, it's not bad,
I thought that part's great. I just was a little worried about your mental state more than you just being an idiot.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean,
that part I can't. Really
I'm also
about.
Weird, so it kind of I mean that's the thing. But we're all weird in our own ways, Luke, and you're definitely weird, and you're definitely a weirdo. I mean, let's be fair about it, right? Let's just come right out.
I can't
and be honest.
Guilty as charged.
Yeah, I can't believe you didn't see Dune 2. I take that as an insult.
Dude,
because if you came at me the way I came at you about Dune 2,
I know.
It's just two men coming at each other, just constantly. It's nothing wrong.
We're supposed to say no Diddy now.
Oh God.
You know who loves that story? This fucking animal.
Oh yeah,
he loves that
Oathman,
story.
that's my guy. Yeah.
He loves that story of not the crimes the guy did, but like now the comeuppance.
Yes,
he loves the comeuppance.
Oh, dude, Ryan Garcia update. Did you see the spree he went on tonight where he's like, "Yo, for real, I want to kill Devin Haney, like murder him, end his life." Like, there's an extreme. Y'all did this to me. I'm going to murder and kill this guy.
Dude, I can't believe that there are people who are like, yeah, this is all one big, like, this is fucking Jim Carrey doing Andy Kaufman Man on the Moon level, you know.
There's some element of Andy Kaufman style, like what he's trying to do. There's
an element of public performance, yes, but
because I think he looks at Jake Paul, the way that he talks negatively about Jake Paul makes me feel like Ryan Garcia almost would rather be Jake Paul.
Dude, did I tell you I saw the most fucking insane Jake Paul TikTok yesterday? I don't know if what I'm about to say is correct, but I believe it is because I watched it and be like, this can't be true. Someone took Jake Paul's voice and did Jake Paul AI. And in the Jake Paul AI, powered voice, he was like assassinating President Trump for selling Bibles. Called him a loser. Okay? And I'm like, whoa, Jake Paul really going after it. And then I noticed, because they would intersperse like shots of Donald Trump, but then a lot of it was Jake Paul himself. And I noticed that I didn't catch it the first time I watched it, but when I watched it the second time, the what he's saying doesn't match how his mouth is moving on. They just got footage of Jake Paul saying whatever, and then I think they put this AI Jake Paul on top of him, and that video had blown up. Like, it had like a gazillion views, and I was like, oh dude, that is that felt awful. I was like, they could just take your shit and totally make you say,
Imagine what they'll do in the pornography world, Luke.
Yeah, I listen. The cutting edge of AI really should be focused around those areas.
Yeah, AI is weird, Luke. Eventually we're going to go to war with the robots, but it'll be our fault, Luke.
Dude, you know what is one of the dumbest parts about the Phantom Menace? Is that we're supposed to believe that Anakin drew up C-3PO, and the guys at Red Letter Media talked about this. It's like, dude, if you, in the movie, Anakin's like, he gets asked, why did you make this? Why did you make this robot? He's like, to help my mom, who's a slave that he's just going to abandon. Qui-Gon Jinn's just like, see ya, bitch. Right?
Yo,
sorry you're a slave to Watto, who we could easily break out of here.
Qui-Gon was suave and he died a hero.
Qui-Gon is a fucking duplicitous idiot.
No.
Okay, but hold on. What the fuck was I talking about?
I don't know, because every time I go somewhere, you cut me off and go somewhere else. So hold on. Just leave you out
so he's supposed to he creates C-3PO, right? And he's like, it's to help mom with chores. Do you notice that motherfucking C-3PO can't move, and that there are all these other versions of the model that exists in other Star Wars? So it's clearly like a droid that is in mass production. It's a protocol droid. It's designed to be like, hello, how are you? Bring you, like, in the early part. Remember in the first scene of Phantom Menace, where Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan sit down, and then the protocol droid, awkwardly fucking can barely bring it to things of tea to drink. It's like, bitch, if you're making a robot to help your mom around the house, why did you create this disabled motherfucker who can't do shit? Dude, none of that movie makes sense. That movie is for simpletons.
Okay, all right, let's not kill the root of it. We still love 4 and 5 and parts of 6. Right? And Rogue One, yo. Also, Solo was decent. Come on.
You know what? I don't hate Solo. It's got its problems, especially with some of the ways in which it was shot. But I love Star Wars when they don't do everything the fucking same stories.
Okay, you also have a hatred for the Skywalker family that is unnatural.
Here's the thing: it can't be both.
That's the home team, though.
Okay? Fine. It can't. Both things can't be true. It can't be true that people will sell you on what makes Star Wars great. Any number of things, not least of which is the incredible immersive world building that goes into it, and how you have so many different, amazing, strange, disgusting, amazing kind of creatures.
Are you talking about cosplayers?
No. Species, types of people, planets, everything. There's this massive world, and yet the only motherfucking stories are the Jedis over and over and over and over. It can't both be true. You can't both have this immersive world. It's like, I'm only going to tell this asshole story over and over
Well,
again.
look.
Well, what about everybody else?
It's a pretty deep story, though, if you think about it.
Who said to undo that? I'm not saying burn the fucking...
everything was going great until Anakin showed up, to be fair, right?
They did have 2,000 or 10,000 years without the Sith. Fine. Dude, we've told these stories. We might return to them. The Mandalorian was cool because you're like, finally, I don't have to hear about...
I get you.
I don't have to hear about some bearded old white guy moaning about rocks moving.
So, in totality, are you not with Rey's arc in general of 7, 8, 9? Or are you like, F that too?
Dude, there's... Okay. Rise of Skywalker, that's a movie that, I mean, if you took part in making that, you should be prosecuted under the law for child abuse.
Do you think Finn and Rey were banging?
Do I think Finn? No, wasn't Finn banging the girl from Last Jedi? They had like the most passionless kiss you'd ever seen in your life.
I forgot. No.
And then Rey is she's Palpatine because that we got to do something. We got to figure out.
I mean, that was such a Dune steal that add in of that in the storyline.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I can't wait to see.
Dune sorry, spoiler alert. Yeah, sorry, Luke. Spoiler. You know what I mean?
I can't wait to see Dune 2.
I mean, it's yeah. There you go. Hey, did you see? By the way, because we both love the Safdie brothers. Because, you know, we both realized that Uncut Gems is one of the 5 greatest movies of all time. I mean, it's tremendous. It really is so good. It's an emotional experience.
I like this movie. I'm not...
It's a thrill
But 5 of all time is like...
And I don't actually think Good Time, is that what the other one's called? Good Thing? Good Time, which is very good.
That's the one with Robert Pattinson?
Yeah, and he's incredible in it. I just don't think that one's better. But did we talk about the story? Did you see They've been throwing themselves into different like documentary series lately, and did you the one of the telemarketers? Did you watch that shit?
I don't think I did.
That was really good, dude.
What's it called?
I think it's called Telemarketers.
Have you seen this?
Yeah.
Is it good?
It's on HBO Max.
You like it?
Yeah. And I used to get fooled by that same call team in Connecticut because they were based in like New York and Jersey and shit, and. Dude, they were relentless in trying. I've never, like, I know in hindsight you're just like, I should have just hung up. But, like, they were relentless in, like, trying to scare you into believing that they really were working for the police and like, putting pressure on you to donate and, like, just being relentless about it. But yet these guys were, like, shooting up and were, like, working in this madhouse, you know what I mean? And, like, where there were no rules whatsoever. You got to watch it. It's wild.
Okay.
You're never going to watch it, but it was a good, you know, it was a good thing. Wow, yeah.
I watched some crazy movies recently that were all.
Yeah, you like extremely violent movies.
No, not as much as you might imagine. There was a time where I could tolerate it a lot more. I do to tell you, I had a kid, and now I'm like, oh.
Okay, then why do you listen to extremely violent music then instead? You know, say, do you read racy novels too?
No, I don't. I don't know. Like it gets you going. Gets you going.
In like a sex way?
No, dude. Not all their songs are about that, dude. Most of them these days. It used to be a little bit. God, this is the other part too.
This is like during the necrophilia years?
Death metal has totally softened. Like, dude, I don't even want to say it, but like, just look at some of the titles of the songs on like Cannibal Corpse's first album. You know It's out there.
I'm not going to do it.
And then you look at some of the more recent ones, and they're much more either horror based or much more metaphorical based. Like Evidence in the Furnace. That's a great one.
Okay, then why aren't you? If you're going to go gross, why aren't you a G.G. Allen fan then?
He just seems like a weirdo.
Yeah, really? What gave that away?
Yeah, I know. I mean,
Did you ever watch the video that follows him until he dies?
No.
It's sick. It's gross. Because he basically went on this bender, and then he was naked running around New York City with a crowd of people following him, and he's like throwing his own shit. And I mean, it's just like ridiculous. And then he just died, and they were like filming a documentary or something while it happened. It's don't go down that.
Do you know who I heard the other day? And I was like, wow, do kids even know who this motherfucker is?
Guar?
No, Iggy Pop.
Yeah, I never got into Iggy Pop, but you know,
he did The Passenger. I am the passenger.
Yes.
It was good, and I was like, damn, he was still relevant when I was like in high school. But
I'm much more into Alice Cooper. Dude, don't do that.
God,
dude, Alice Cooper rules.
I mean,
that prime he had in the 70s, there's like 5 albums that you need. I mean, they're incredible.
I mean, you don't like Cannibal Corpse, but you like the pro wrestling version of it.
Dude, it's elite glam rock. And dude, and he rocks. He always had great
You like
guitars.
the pro wrestling version of it. I'm like, I don't think that's better.
$1 Billion Babies is a tremendous album. Tremendous.
If you say so.
All right, I will.
Dude, there's a couple bands I've tried.
Yeah, like Kiss.
Tried.
Fuck Kiss.
Dude, yeah. Dude.
What's the worst?
Like, there's
Yo, is Othello, you were a super fan of Kiss? Yo.
No, dude, I gotta say, there's like, Brian and I have so many points of disagreement, but one of the things that just brings us together is our mutual hatred for Kiss. And Kiss people who are
Kiss people.
who are fucking losers.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Every last one of them.
See, I feel like I can take that stance because in the nerd world, I feel like at least Star Wars is like kind of cool in like the cool side of it.
I still like Star Wars. I don't.
I mean, Star Wars can be lame as shit most of the time, but when it gets it right, it gets it right. And that's why I like Dune so much, because it's better than Star Wars, Luke. It's pure.
I know.
I mean, what do you have to say about Denis Villeneuve? Why won't you watch his second film?
I want to go. But dude, I have a fucking 4-year-old.
Take her.
I'm not taking her.
It's too intense for Turkey.
Also, it's too long, man. Like,
it goes by. Even though it's almost 3 hours, dude, it's gripping. It goes by.
Dude,
right?
when I see a movie so I saw Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, and I saw it, and I think the runtime is like, look up the runtime for Killers of the Flower Moon.
Was he your producer? I mean, this is weird.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, you like?
Yeah, he is.
Technically, he is. Yeah.
Like, what do you think? Here for him to enjoy his silent ass company?
3 hours and 26 minutes.
3 hours and 26 minutes.
Wow.
I saw that runtime, so I saw that. I said to myself, I'm like, it's like, guys, I'm not gonna go watch Lawrence of Arabia with an intermission in the middle. Dude, between parking, ads, all that shit. 3.5. That's a nearly 5-hour experience, right? Some insane shit you have to do to watch that. Fuck that.
Do you think
I watch that shit at home?
Do you think that's why James Cameron put in that nude scene in Titanic? Just to cover all of his bases, right? Because that's the time commitment too,
guys.
Just for
what about movie theaters, but with hand jobs? So like they wait till the nude scene in the Titanic, and someone comes and just. Is that the business model there, BC?
Oh,
you should go seek investors.
Yeah. The thing about Vegas that I love the most is never going outside for any reason ever. Yeah.
Dude, I mean, people are like, oh, I know people who are quite nice and quite cool who like Vegas, and God bless them, man. God bless them, but.
Are you talking about Oscar Willis?
I don't think he likes Vegas that much.
But he looks like a guy who could.
Oh, Jesus.
Who could make it here.
Yeah, the fact that a lot is legal here just seems to line up very well with like Oscar Willis's basic needs.
He's awesome though, by the way. He's a good
Oscar's
dude.
the man.
Yeah.
We're killing him because we like him, but yeah, we are killing him.
Yeah.
He does weird podcasts with Craig Jones.
Oh shit, does he?
Dude, there was one where, or not even just podcasts, but maybe just interviews. They did one where they were both in the tub together.
Oh yeah, I saw. There was a lot. Yeah, didn't he do an interview like in that Karate Kombat match, like between rounds or something with him?
He might have done that too. I don't remember that, but
all I know is that Oscar had like inside access, like deep inside access, like borderline, like put the key in and turn access. You know what I mean? And that's cool though. It's journalism. It's fair game.
What won't Oscar Willis do for access?
Yeah, but I feel he always had our back though. That guy,
Oh, he sure did.
Yeah. I would offer him bail if he needed it, definitely. Not a kidney, but
no, I would tell him to call a loved one. What? Call a loved one, asshole. Click. Dude, that's the worst part about cell phones is you can't fucking, you know what I mean?
Can't dunk on the person.
Dude, that used to be so great, so satisfying to go. Fuck you. Right? Dude, I miss the phone dunk. I used to post up on those. Bah!
Did you eventually at your house get one of those cords that were like 30 feet long and you can like go like downstairs?
My dad also got the one where it was like the shoulder mount.
Oh, that's so lame.
Where you could just do one of these numbers and just the whole time.
That's so lame.
That's one of those things. Like as seen on TV. You know what I mean? As seen on TV. Can't hold your phone and watch TV for 5 hours. Yeah, man.
But shout out to your dad. You know.
Yeah. He used to love that thing. Oh God.
Does he like Washington sports or not at all?
He's a big rugby guy. He's a big rugby guy.
There's no such thing.
Okay, one more time. Just because you are not around people who like things you don't like doesn't mean people don't like
I'm just
those
not
things. around
people. I think that's just where it's at. You know?
I mean, I'm not telling you have to like rugby. I'm just telling you I took him to. We've been to a couple rugby games. I took him to. It was Wales versus maybe Scotland, something like that, and then the other one was unforgettable. It was the All Blacks and the USA, and it was interesting because it wasn't the rugby sevens team. It was the full All Blacks team, like first squad, which hadn't been here. Someone told me in the audience. So this could be wrong, but someone in the audience told me it's the first time it had happened since 1946, the 1940s. So we went, dude. Those Kiwi motherfuckers ran the. Dude, it was men and children.
Yeah.
I could not believe. I mean, I could believe it, but just to watch, I think they must have gone up like, I think at one point 100-0, like some absurd number. They were just constantly running up and down the field on them. It was humbling, BC.
Did they all look like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson?
They all looked,
in terms of the build.
They all looked like the most jacked refrigerator you'd ever seen in your life.
All right, I have a statement to make about Dwayne Johnson, and it might be controversial, but for family movie night the other night, we watched Hobbs and Shaw, and like it's cheesy and it's purposely cheesy, but it's kind of awesome though at the same time. For what I mean, it's like bubblegum flavored bazooka, but the flavor lasts a while. You know.
I don't know if I've seen that one.
It's got Idris. What's that guy? From The Wire. It's got.
That guy?
No. Idris Elba.
Oh yes, Idris is the man.
And Jason Statham.
That guy's the man.
Luke, do you have anything bad to say about Jason Statham?
No, he seems like a top bloke.
I'm in. Yeah, he's pretty solid. Yeah.
He's good. Yeah.
I never saw The Expendables, any of them though. Not the one with Rhonda or Victor Ortiz.
So I didn't see. There's 4 of them. I know I've seen 2.
Okay, are they like okay or are they like?
They are perfectly fine. They're perfectly fine.
Okay. Did you then watch? And this is we probably should have let off with this. Conor McGregor in Roadhouse, the remake.
I have not.
I have not either, and the reason I have not is because it's just getting shattered.
Yeah, it's not going to win an Oscar.
I mean, it didn't hit the theaters for a reason, you would say, right?
Dude, you know what's kind of amazing to me about that? Yeah, of course. I'm going to guess the fact that it did not make... Listen, Adam Sandler made $70 million from 3 Netflix movies. Adam Sandler was the highest paid actor last year from 3 Netflix movies.
Yeah.
So I didn't look.
He's found the algorithm. He knows the formula, right?
But I think Gyllenhaal's making somewhere like around $15 million for this, maybe a little bit less. And I'm a little surprised at this. Like, is his career in trouble? What's up with him?
Who, Jake's?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're starting to. Are you basically saying that the movie's been so poorly reviewed that you're starting to wonder? Does he owe his coke dealer or something like that?
Not as he owe his coke dealer, but like, is Hollywood worn out on him? You know, I've always thought he's a pretty good actor.
Oh, like as he got it, as he fallen to this point. I don't know, but what do you make though of the interviews they did together? Where Connor basically looks like the time Chuck Liddell did that interview. You know that one I'm talking about. Yeah.
I mean, the first word that comes to mind is sober.
Yeah. Okay, so should we pull back on the? Yeah, right, Dana. Everything you say about Connor is always, he's got millions of reasons to do what he wants. Whatever all that BS talk is. is it really that Dana's protecting Conor by not coming out and just saying, "Look, guys, he's a freaking wreck. You can all see it." Like,
could be, yeah. That is
because he now officially, pretty consistently over the last full year has looked like a wreck, right? This is like the same conversation.
This is one where, like, again, you know, it's really hard to know what the score is. There's been a constant clash between, it seems like, Dana and UFC, and I wasn't sure who was really culpable. I generally just did not understand it, but like Conor was contradicting Dana, and I thought in the past when there were times he would do stuff like that, it's when he was really focused on some kind of big goal and, like, you know, you remember it building to something.
Like some argue the build to Cowboy Cerrone was only about making Conor look popular again in light of the sexual charges that were lingering, right? And that's a true statement.
That's also, again, there's maybe it's a new set for that. Anyway, I forgot what the fuck I was saying.
I mean, you were talking about Conor McGregor, yo.
I forgot what the fuck I was saying. Fuck. Ugh. What were you asking me about?
You know, if you thought they were going to make a second
this is a great podcast.
A second Brokeback.
Multiple times. Dude, what the fuck am I talking about?
I was like, what about the Brokeback sequel? And you were like, no, Jake's got to make Roadhouse first. And so basically Conor's getting...
Oh, so wait, this is what I meant. I didn't know who to believe. And I thought, you know, maybe I believe Conor because he seems so adamant at times. But then, like, you see some of these interviews that he was doing, and you're like, I don't know what the situation is, but it doesn't look normal. And for that reason, I'm like, you know what? Let's dial it back on Dana. Maybe he might have a great point.
He might, and maybe we're, you know, automatically harsh on everything Dana says and automatically accusing him of being a massive dildo when. You know, I don't want to become that, Luke. So that could be a point for Dana there.
We shall see.
And if you had the money that Dana had, would you also spend all your time gambling with 20-something influencers?
I mean, I can't say no because I have no idea what that life was like. But all I want to do is, like, if someone came to me with like a big fucking bag of money and just was like, go away, I would, in an instant, take that deal. In an instant, just go live on some remote beach town.
Hey, one championship was just in Qatar.
I think there'll be more events.
Do you think Qatar will try to compete with Saudi and Abu Dhabi?
That's what Kareem Zidane believes. Like, they basically, you know, there's different interests, obviously different levels of wealth, but all of it pretty extensive. So it's Qatar, UAE, and then KSA.
Where's Oman in this, you know?
I don't think that they are money players like that.
Do the Yemens like combat sports?
Dude, they have been under blockade and heavily destroyed through all kinds of war.
Do you know what the capital of Djibouti is?
Isn't it also Djibouti?
Yeah, that was a nice one. Yeah. A good pull, yeah. Do you know what the capital of Singapore is?
It's also Singapore?
Yeah, wow, who would have thought, right? Do you know what the capital of Mexico is?
It's Mexico City, yeah.
On fire now.
These are... the Djibouti one's a bit of a trick one, but...
We talked to Ray Flores today.
Ray Flores is
what type of damage do you think he's doing in Thailand right now? No, I mean like, because he said he was living like a king. He said, like, the money, you know, the U.S. dollar goes so much further there.
Dude,
I don't know what
that fucking guy. It's 22 hours each way from Chicago to Singapore.
Ray grinds, man.
22 hours each way. I don't know if I could do that.
Yo, he told us that he does the IV fluid thing.
I hope.
As soon as he lands, right before he leaves and as soon as he lands.
I hope.
And, you know, it sounds extreme, but yet, what was I complaining for like the last day and a half? Like, I mean, I get off that plane in Vegas and my body is just like...
It's a long flight from the East Coast.
My body is in chaos mode, though. Like, instant hangover feeling, it's the worst. And that doesn't know.
It didn't look like you were getting what I would describe as restful sleep when I passed you on the plane.
No, that was... hey, it did spawn a funny meme or two, would you say?
It spawned some hilarious fucking memes. And, dude, I'm so bitter because your mouth was agape. you know, your mouth, your mouth was wide open, but not really. It was, you know, it was like this, like just kind of loosely hanging.
Yeah.
This
Othello, yeah.
thing. I walked by there, dude. He had that bit where his neck was cranked, you know, and he was going like this, like aggressive.
He's just
like,
getting after it, dude.
Like I'm like, dude, are you expecting a dentist any moment here?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that? And I didn't take a picture because I went to the bathroom, and then when I came back, he was no longer doing it, and then you were kind of doing it.
Can I share something human that we talked about off camera? Is we got so spoiled by Showtime flying us first class for that stretch.
Oh my God.
And also, if I fly American, that just happens to be the airline where I have the most points with, and I can typically move up or be in the extra comfy close seats, whatever. Dude, it was a struggle from DC to Vegas in the regular window, row 27. Like
I can't believe you did it.
I always feel like I'm like 2 inches taller than where you could comfortably. Like I'm like almost 6'2", but if I was like 5'11", I could sleep perfectly on the plane. You know.
Yeah. Dude, my wife can like cross her feet on her like plane seat.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my, what? Like, I'm in there like cattle, just.
Yeah,
the
and
whole
then you
time.
have these massive headphones on. You look like a cell phone tower or something.
Yeah, that's international sign for please don't motherfucking talk to me.
Yeah.
Just don't talk to me.
Look, I didn't want to bring this up, but we have a lot of MK. Dude, the best thing that happened about when you were like, "Yo, DMBC," and I haven't even got through all these people. I mean, thank you for being amazing, everyone. But we have people in like crazy countries, just like countries I'm like, I had to look on the map to see what they were referencing. Dude, we have a ridiculous amount of MK fans around the world, and it's like humbling and it's amazing. And I don't even know or remember what the point of the story was, but it was going to go somewhere really good.
You were thanking the donks.
Yeah, but I had a specific point of mention there. Oh, India. Many donks in India. Many donks.
That is actually true. Yes.
And a couple of them like to make the joke, that they're proud to support the nation that you are, like kind of hiding from, running from.
I don't know anything about it.
Okay, so when are you going to have your homecoming? When are you going to go back to where you were born?
It's a long flight, dude.
I mean, no, but like,
it's a long flight.
And get one with the local history, and like don't do the touristy stuff, but like get right here with the culture. You know what I mean? When are you gonna bang Tui in India, right? I mean, come on.
I don't know if that's on the agenda. That's a long flight, man.
Yeah, but you go to Colombia a lot.
Dude, I get to Colombia quicker than I can get here.
Yeah, but
it's 4.5 hours to Bogota.
Okay, how about Mumbai?
I think it's 40. It's a long flight, man. I'm not saying the city's got character, but it's a long flight.
But I don't know, like if you would maybe shine a little bit more love on the flag.
I've never said one bad word about the flag.
Yeah, but maybe like wear T-shirts with on, or have it like over your shoulder on.
Why the fuck would I do that?
Because it's where you're from.
Because I was born there?
Yo, I don't come from the type of hometown that people brag about, but you eventually get to a point where you're like, you know what, F it, that's where I'm from, that's who I am.
Oh, I'm from DC,
okay?
That's where I'm from.
Yo, rep India.
Rep
the deli, not the old one or the new one, just rep the deli. You know?
Yeah. I won't be doing that. I won't be doing that.
Would you eat goat?
I've eaten goat.
I don't get down like that. Or lamb. That's gross to me. I don't know.
You don't eat lamb?
No, it's never. I've never had it where it tasted good. There's always been like that.
You know what?
Hint of a taste where you're like, this is weird. This is
BC,
weird.
Fun fact: lamb is better when you're not in a buffet line.
No, I've went to like one time my church had a night and everything was lamb, and
all you can eat lamb is not that great.
I'm not feeling that type. Look, there's some meats that I don't do. Just like there's some fruits. There's some fruits that'll kill you, Luke. All right.
What about gyro?
What'd you say?
Gyro, the gyro.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'll mess a little with that. I'll get down with the kebabs, Luke.
What? Okay. What is like a cuisine you just won't eat? Let's see how food racist you are. Like, what's the one? Like, you just can't. I had a friend who just couldn't eat Indian food, which I don't understand because it's fucking amazing.
No, I'm definitely not food racist. I mean, like 25-year-old version of me was, but no, my wife has turned me into.
Okay, what food won't you eat?
I mean, the food I eat the least is seafood, but I have found corners of seafood that I like and that are good, and most white fishes are fine, you know, and there's certain things that I really like, especially when scallops are done top shelf, dude, it could change your life, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, good
But
scallop.
also, fish on the regular grosses me out and makes me, like, toy between, that tasted good, but I also feel like I want to throw up, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So whenever we go out, when we used to go out on like the company card,
Would you eat octopus?
at a big event, and like
octopus?
people were like, "Yo, here, eat this octopus." So I ate octopus once, the night before, the night of Kodo trout in New York.
Okay.
And it was good, and it was like in the basement of some trendy restaurant, and then I threw up right before the main event. Like it was just, it never went down. It wanted out, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm not eating that shit ever again.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
eat
not
it
going
because I
there.
saw My Octopus Teacher, and now right? You saw that?
Is that like 2 girls and 2 cups? Or no?
His first thought was, what are the dynamics of pornography that would make that work? It's about this dude who was this like a very accomplished natural, what was he, cameraman, right? Like a photographer, cameraman, and had a long storied career doing like big assignments, and then would go like either scuba diving or snorkeling off the coast of where he lived, and encountered this octopus who lived in the natural area, and developed a bit of a relationship with this octopus. And dude, what you come away from it is first of all, it was an amazing documentary. The complexity and the depth of the octopus's life is hard to overstate, dude. What did I get wrong?
No, it's all right.
Yeah, but this is lame, dude. I don't
No.
want to watch this shit.
No, it's cool, dude. It's
Oh,
cool.
fuck
Aren't you,
octopus.
dude? Animal. You're not curious about the world, the world that God made.
I
Right?
mean,
You're like, I don't give a
certain
fuck
parts
about
of the
lamb.
world.
I don't give a fuck about octopus.
Certain parts of the world.
I don't give a fuck about.
I bet if you watch it,
It'll change your
I don't know.
shit.
They're creepy. They look like spiders. Like they're just creepy.
They're brilliant. They're brilliant. Orangutans, too. Did you see that one with the orangutan? Told the guy to
Wait.
take off the jacket and then he puts it on? It was a British guy being like, bruv, they're humans, bruv. They're humans.
I bet you watch and have extensively watched the like safari videos of like one animal just like beating up and eating.
I
and
hate that
gorging.
shit. I can't watch it anymore.
Anymore, dude. That's gross shit.
Yeah, I hate it. I can't watch it. In fact, I saw one the other day, a bobcat getting a rabbit on a golf course. And all the golfers, when the bobcat got it, all the golfers being like, yeah, bobcat. I was like, it's like you guys just witnessed a vicious murder. Like,
Yeah. It sounds like a Kid Rock Bud Light commercial waiting to happen. Right?
it does, just like watching a
Look who's
prey
back. Yeah.
get
yeah.
consumed.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the thing about it, the UFC right now is, Luke, a lot of people, I'm not doing a bit, a lot of people are like, I think I might be on the verge of getting out of the fandom. Have you noticed that lately?
Dude, I
feel
get
like
emails every week from people telling me they're leaving.
Yeah.
Now, you can believe that or not. You can believe
And I'm not,
them or not.
I'm not trying to build a
Every week,
downward slide,
every
but like
week.
Mark Raimondi just got the job, opportunity
Yeah,
with ESPN.
yeah, it's a new era, dude.
Moving to the Atlanta Falcons, that's super cool for his career, but it's like what's built into that awesome opportunity is leaving behind this business, you
Yeah.
know? I'll just blame Mark Raimondi. You know what I mean? Just, you know, he didn't start the fire. I mean, it was always burning, right? But, you know, fuck Billy Joel, right? Yeah.
Overrated, Billy Joel. He gets worshipped in the Northeast in a way that I'm always like, please shut the fuck up about Billy Joel. I like Billy Joel. Like, you know, in the middle of, in the middle of the night, I go walking in my sleep. That whole bit.
Yeah, but that was like a late resurgent hit for him. That wasn't
What's
like
the
prime.
quintessential Billy Joel hit?
Well, I mean, there's 2
We didn't
albums.
start the fire? No.
The Glass Houses album, and then the other one right after that. That's incredible.
Man, dude,
No.
who gives a fuck about what we're talking about right now?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I do like to talk about vinyl, you know.
Talk about that shit with Aaron Bronstedt.
Yeah, yo, Bronstetter's a really good guy. you
Yeah.
know?
We should
Remember the other day you were like, "Fuck Bronstetter." I was like, "Yo, dude, that guy's awesome."
Dude, we should do a podcast where every episode is we just go through Kiss songs and talk about how much they suck ass.
Okay.
And then shit on everything about them every episode.
With that said about Kiss sucking, did you see that movie Detroit Rock City that came out about 20 years ago? It's actually pretty hilarious.
I don't think I have.
Did you see it? Okay, you should probably see it. You should probably go back in time and see it. It's there's some hilarious moments in that movie.
Kiss. Ugh.
I mean,
Dude, Megadeth could never do. I know metalheads will hate that. Could never do Megadeth. It just sounds so Renaissance Festival. I mean, I just not for me.
Oh, then you could never do Jethro Tull.
No, not.
And Jethro Tull is brilliant. There's some amazing top.
I'm not. Listen to me. I'm not saying Megadeth is bad. I'm just saying it's not for me. It's not for me.
That's what I say about abortion rock in general. You know what I mean? No, I do. I don't like. The screaming turns me
I
away.
have to tell you,
not
calling
even the
it
subject
abortion
matter.
rock is maybe the best zing I've heard about what to call it.
Yeah, it's bad.
It makes it. You found the one kind of touchy issue.
Yeah, I found
it
the
really
spot.
centered the music around the very grisly act that it is.
It feels good to be plugged back into boxing this week. Because you know what, Luke? The thing about boxing is it's the best sport ever.
It's a great sport.
I mean, there's a lot of bullshit around every corner. I mean, there's bushels of bullshit.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that going on.
Yeah. Oh, we saw Steven Espinoza today, our guy.
We did. We saw Steven.
Yeah.
He was there. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we should get an interview with him before we get out of here.
But would you say, though, the question of the day to everybody that we talked to, the topic inevitably went back to Canelo Benavidez? Which is...
And Terrence Crawford, yeah.
Which is maybe... Oh, dude, stop the presses here. I know someone referenced it today. Maybe Sean Porter did, and I hadn't seen it yet. But now getting to see that tweet from Errol Spence, right?
Yes.
The Big Fish tweet where he's basically saying, like, I'm coming, I want the winner. Because we were talking about maybe Terrence Crawford against the winner of Zoo versus Fundora. And Zoo's team had revealed that Crawford was already in negotiation with him, potentially, for, a fight. And now Tim Zoo told us today... He's like Crawford or Spence, and then Spence tweeted that, dude. Like, what do you think about? As much as I want to see Terrence Crawford fight anyone because Crawford had the greatest win ever, and just we want the next one. We want the next fight. Let's do it. But I want the Spence comeback to work. I want to see him have life at 154. Imagine throwing him directly into the deep end against the winner of Fundora versus Zoo. That could be, imagine Zoo Spence. I don't know what to do with that fight if that happened. As much as, because you've been saying, look, you'll take Zoo Crawford, but in your mind, I know you're like, I'll take it, but I think Crawford is going to wipe him. But I'm just saying, okay, if that's true, then I want to watch that brilliance. I want to see it. Let's see it.
Nah.
It's a worthy
Zoo
fight.
Zoo
Spence is different.
That's different.
That's
because the questions about Spence at this point are, they've always been there, and they get louder and louder. But dude, after that shit with Bud, oof.
But there would be. I'm not saying there's not fear that Spence, when he does make this 154 comeback, that he could be, because once your chin goes, it goes. You know what I mean? So it could end badly here, but I don't think it will. Dude, the way he was built and the run that he was on and the things he overcame, and maybe some of that is catching up to him. He physically has gone through some trauma, right? But I just can't see him going out like that. That wasn't him. I do think the weight cut affected him, but not taking excuses. Crawford was a magician. He was a true artiste, Luke, like Rolly, but in a different sense. Rolly in the comedic sense. Crawford in the brilliance of his, technical theatrics. Luke, thanks for letting me just cook there a little on boxing, but you don't care about Errol Spence, apparently.
I don't care about having this conversation right now. Dude, did I lie? You at least got a straight answer from me. You know what I mean? I find this topic at the present moment boring.
Dude, I think Rolly and I could, off camera, we could bro out. You know what I mean? We could just get down.
You would. He seems like a real interesting guy.
So that's my guy.
Have we run out of gas?
How long have
we been going?
Yeah.
Johnny Elvis. Yeah, we're done.
I think we gave them what they wanted. I hope it was,
Yeah.
But we still were willing to give it to them. It was consensual though. Right?
By clicking play, you agree to certain terms and conditions. I wish that were true. Well, maybe I don't.
Dude, did you see the Two Chang's guy who was here at the
I did not see him. You did. I did not see him. I did see online that he was here, but I did
shout
not.
out to that guy.
I did not see him.
Big supporter of the show. We have donks everywhere, dude.
Yeah. Dude, when we did the this is true, when BC and I met up to cut all the stuff we had to do for MK
in New York.
A cop recognized me. I told you that, and then when we were walking, we recorded everything. And then we walked down to Chelsea Piers, and then we were walking back to go to the subway to go home. And some dude who was like a delivery guy came by, was like, "Morning Kombat, what's up?"
Yo,
remember that?
The timing on that.
It was fucking cool.
It was
like
so
poetic.
cool because they had just filmed us doing skits and bits.
Yeah,
and
there were people with
stuff.
cameras with us, like in the road, following us. You'll see some of this stuff.
What was that guy's name? I sent that.
He DM'd you, I believe.
Yeah, he did. I gotta look back here. Shout out to that guy. That was perfect. I mean, that was like the moment. But too bad we didn't have it on camera. Too bad we didn't call the guy back. Be like, hold on for the doc.
Good job to the guy following us, getting all the footage, not getting the coolest moment of the day.
Yeah. I've lost it. I don't have it. You know, I guess I don't have it. I don't know. Maybe that's in the other text thread here. Why don't you entertain the people live?
Well, why don't we go? Why don't we call it a day? Well, we're at the stage of this conversation where you're literally just on your phone.
Yeah, but it was supposed. Oh, I just found it. Hold on, I just found it. Seriously, I just found it. I mean, just to find some guy's name, you know. Oh, here it is, Luke. Yo, shout out this guy, Ollie Brown, yo. That's Brown with an E.
Can we wrap this up? Yeah, read it.
Yo, shout out to Ollie Brown.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, that's all I'm saying. Right?
Okay, yeah. Shouts to him. Yes, very nice guy.
Fuck Ollie Brown.
Sorry, I misunderstood. Yeah, my bad.
Yo, end this.
No. That was shouts to that guy. Yes, shouts to all of you. Thank you for watching. I hope we don't get fired.
Discontinued foods.
Not many things
2.
to get fired from at this point. The list of things of which we could lose has dwindled.
Yeah, wouldn't say I've been missing it, but I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be back in MK on Monday. Yeah, we're gonna be in person in New York, and we're gonna just,
bang.
You don't seem excited at all.
I am. I'm not loving the idea of going back Saturday and then having to stay up to cover, because remember, it's also UFC fight week, where finally we have a good we got a good women's
You're
fight.
already bitching out on this?
No.
You're downtrodden and shit.
No, listen to me. And then I have to take that motherfucking train early on Monday.
I know about the sacrifices.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. So yeah. And I guess people want to see my commute. I'll show it to you. It's long.
Okay, this is getting a little only fanny, right? This is like a little inside, like a little,
We're done. I mean, we're fucking
little inseam baseball.
Okay, that's Brian Campbell. I'm Luke Thomas. Othello is here. Hey, thanks everybody. We love you.
All
We'll see you
right,
next time.
laugh it up. Yeah, that's great.